Hey now, everybody. Hey, so here we are. I'm back on Soda's stream. I don't know to call it Sodaron stream or Soda stream. There used to be this thing back in the day called the Soda stream, and so it's kind of inspired my name. But maybe that's like copyrighted. Maybe it sounds stupid. Who knows? In today's world, you can name anything you want, and there's just billions of people out there in the world and they have their own names and their own shows and everything and whatever. So, anyways, I'm doing this to test the mic level to make sure it's all right. This is just a calibration. And then I'll get the show started. I don't know, maybe I should just keep it rolling now. I was going to make a cup of tea real quick. Um how do I do this? So I'm learning with Twitch that it's not, which I never put thought into it, that it's about the hours I put in the time on Twitch, where YouTube is not so much about that. And so I was concerning more about the YouTube channel, whereas maybe the Twitch channel is more important right now, and that's easier to grow, and then it'll help grow the YouTube channel. So, but anyways, this isn't YouTube. This is the Twitch stream we're on right now. So, shout out to Twitch, and please like or subscribe my Twitch channel. Or if this ends up on YouTube, please like or subscribe, or like it's subscribe, isn't it? To the YouTube channel. I'm not a very I'm not big on social media. People that know me on Twitter probably think I am, but I'm really not. I don't follow that much. I follow Twitter and that's it. Reddit I've never used. I think it's the devil. Okay, not the devil. I don't want to say that word, but I'm not very much into Reddit. I think it spills a lot of bad stuff out there in the world and pollutes the minds of kids, more importantly, that don't know the difference between right and wrong. And oh, and maybe it's a good place to learn that. But anyways, I probably won't get anybody in my chat anyways today, right? So yeah. Um yeah. Let me go ahead and stop this. Sounds like I sounded pretty good. Maybe I should keep on rolling with it. Why we're here today is I'm doing the first VOD review of 2023. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop it. I'm doing the VOD review, and so I do it on Twitch, and then I put it on YouTube. But I don't have ways to edit things. There might be a simple way to edit on YouTube or Twitch that I don't know about, where I can just go into the preferences or whatever, or the producer, whatever they call it, the content producer thing, studio on YouTube, and doctor my videos. But I don't know. I haven't messed with it that much yet. I don't know if I think YouTube you can cut the time down or cut things in half. But regardless, I try to keep the time condensed when I'm doing these VOD reviews, because they also are going to end up on YouTube, or more importantly, on YouTube, but I like to stream them live as well. It would be nice to have an audience to interact with things. Right now, the LCS is on, so obviously there's more important things for people to watch right now, so I won't get any views on this. Um, Probably some of the reason why I'm doing it anyways, so I don't get views. But I'm kind of a shy person, so this is helping me here. Um, why we're here today though is I am starting season 2023 of Sodaron's VOD reviews, which I don't know if I'm good at it or not. I think I'm highly knowledgeable about this. If you go back and watch my content from last year, you'll think that it'll probably make you think that I think I'm the greatest genius ever to watch League of Legends, but that's not true. I've learning to tone it down a good bit this year and be myself. Uh, yeah, because I wasn't trying to come off that way, but I have been watching this for 10 years or close to that. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't make me any better. It doesn't mean I know any more than anyone else. And so I apologize if I came off that way, right? So, anyways, I'm going to halt this and stop it and come back and start this VOD because why we're here today is I am doing, as it says here on my, what do I call this? Is this, go to the docs, okay, chat, stream information, oh, there's stats. I've not even looked at this stuff. Scene transitions, stats, chat, stream information. So I'm just now learning how to promote this, live tweet it out there. This is my first VOD review of 2023. Now, I wanted to get it out there a few days ago, but I had to put in some extra work. I was trying to do this yesterday, and I've tweeted I don't know how many times now where I've said, coming on soon, Sodaron. Please check out my Twitter stream. It's going live soon. Well, soon turned into a day, which turned into like 2 days. Here we go. So, maybe I shouldn't even stop it and just go on with it. I'm trying to get this one done so I can start with LCS stuff because I'm going to do LCS ones this year as well, which might be a good thing because I think we could probably use more LCS content out there. So I've scanned this in, but and I've also went back and looked at other VOD reviews from actual professional coaches that are known people that are verified, credentialed, that get paid for this and actually know what they're talking about, right? Because I don't, so that means I automatically don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I see that I do okay, so I'm actually worrying about it too much, how I produce this, how I do it. That a lot of it is I just go along with the ride and give you my opinion on top of things. That's what I see anyways from, you know, I'm learning with Riot and how they do their things is it's not about the content you put out there. It's you flood the entire thing with as much content as you possibly can so nobody can keep up with all of it. And so you're constantly cluttered and hit over the head with content to where you're always stuck knee deep in content or above, maybe above your head, whatever, drowning in content and not knowing what to do. That's the problem I'm in right now, is I'm drowning in content of too many games to know what to analyze or what region and where to begin and why and how. So, yeah, there's a good rant. So, you know, I'm like a week behind already. I already feel bad, man. I don't say memes or catchphrases or stuff, but I thought I would throw it in there for you younger listeners so I can draw you in, right? So, I guess maybe I should go ahead and get on to this. Whatever. I'm just, you know what? I'm not going to pause it. I'm going to keep rolling with it. Whatever. Maybe it's entertaining. I will probably take an AFK real quick before I go into this. Maybe like maybe I'll just let it roll during the pause and walk away for a minute. I don't know. You know, there's a thing too about like streaming and being a content and all that. It's like, define content, right? Like what, you know, as long as I give you content, does it matter what it is? I mean, if I sit here and drink, yeah, example, I like the Moonshiners. I think that's the greatest show on TV. Now, let me give you the flip side of it. The other side of me that thinks it's also secretly hilarious, that probably the people in Hollywood think it's hilarious too, that they won't tell the public, but I'm literally watching water run out of a thing into a cup or a jar. And it almost looks like a man, I don't want to get graphic or anything, but standing there going to the bathroom. and it like when they're running this moonshine through these stills and it comes out the other end, it's probably like secretly hilarious to all the people in Hollywood that they're actually literally streaming a stream on TV where it's literally a stream of water that they're filming and it's running through for hours on end. And so I've watched this show. That's another one. This seems to be my catchphrase of Sodaron here is 10 years, but like, hi, I've got some followers or people here in the chat, right? Hey, hi. So thank you for joining, chat. We're doing a VOD review here. We're gonna do XL versus G2. Are you guys LEC fans, chat? Oh, I've got my biggest fan here. I can't even pronounce his name right now because I'm ranting and going on, but my biggest fan is here in my chat right now, guys. So I don't even remember. What was I talking about, chat? I forget. I was going on this wild rant about stuff, and then all of a sudden I've got 2 people in my chat. I don't even remember. It doesn't matter. I was going to stop this stream a couple times now because what I was saying is I'm doing a VOD review, and if you've watched my content and stuff that I do, VOD reviews, big fan of the LEC. That's what I thought. I mean, I can't go wrong doing LEC stuff, right? Like, it doesn't matter if I like the LEC or not. That as long as I do LEC VOD reviews, I'll get probably people that come in and want to watch the content, so I can't go wrong. So this year, I think I'm going to join the G2 army. I was kind of disappointed by XL in this first game. I'm not going to put them down, but now me personally, I don't expect that much out of a brand new roster like that. But I know a lot of you guys out there that are big LEC fans that you're probably highly disappointed that XL lost the other day to G2 because G2 looked really good. So, yeah. So welcome. I don't know what this is yet. Like, this is like the Sodaron show or a VOD review or what this is. I even try to stream video games. I try to stream me playing League of Legends, but I'm really bad at that, right? So I don't know, like, should I talk about it for a living? Should I play it for a living? Should I coach for a living? I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me decide. So I'm opening up this year, chat, and letting you know who I really am because I don't know, like, I'm kind of a shy person where I'm funny. If I would just open up to you, you would probably think I'm funny and entertaining. G2 are so good. Yeah, G2 are the best team. Can you believe it? They're #1 right now, right? They're the #1 team. I can probably go look it up, you know, just to be hilarious. What are the LEC standings right now? Oh, they're tied, right? They're tied with Vitality right now. So there's 2 #1 teams right now in the LEC. There's no second place team. And then we've got Mad Lions and Heretics, which I've not paid attention to Heretics or Mad Lions. I really don't have much interest in. That's probably really annoying watching this. Like, see, I'm going to make a VOD out of this, and it's probably really annoying staring into this for 10 minutes. So I should have probably had this up. So I'm going to get this game rolling here. Got to put that content out.
Caden, Maokai, Rise, Silas, a little targeted.
I don't know how to have the chat up.
Spot lane will be very high prio. There's the
Still learning.
And as always, there's the cheer. Is Lucian Nami going to get targeted here by G2? Is that going to be something that
so I'm new when it comes to running Twitch. I don't know how to run any of this yet. So thank you, chat, for showing up and supporting the Sodaron stream or whatever we want to call it. You can help name it Sodaron stream, Sodaron, whatever. Make sure to tell your friends and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Twitch channel because I realize and I've learned that that's really important.
Out against him, and I think he was really the best Wukong individually in our league. Now, wasn't always able to show it, partly because it was banned, partly because his team wasn't always performing, but ready to see if he's still got what it takes to really make an impact on this champion. On the opposite side,
so
quick,
this
easy,
is something, me getting into my coaching mode now, like, this is something really important I will
love watching it because it can do so much work.
I noticed in this game is Heimerdinger here, got the support item is like,
just even cuter, I don't know, just so large anyway.
Everyone else gets a full body shot. camera. It's like
minutes and
just the
19
stash
seconds
and the
in,
goggles.
Stashing
which
goggles
is
absolutely
crazy
damp
to
it
get
out.
the
So what's
support
Excel's
item
pick
that
here? They have to go
fast.
something into Ash
So
Hyman. So
it's
much
something
push. Do you match with something like Varus Karma that can push back? Do you go for a Lulu lane and just tank the early game and play the Zeri Lulu and get pushed in? Looks like they're the ones who want to look to push back.
And I like the choice to match here, at least with a Varus pick. I would love to see the support come in as well, because getting that pool pinched in the second phase could be pretty disastrous.
We saw Jin
So I gotta
support
turn
Targamas
into
here. I'm not
coach
sure if
mode
we'll see it
here
again.
instead of
Targamas is one of those
meme
players
mode.
who I look at to pull out these pocket picks if they do want to go for Varus.
What else? I do have a system that I have that if you've watched my stuff where I'm got my own way. I do the pick and ban because I think if you're coaching or you're into professional League of Legends, this is the most important thing of the entire game is this draft and the pick order and all that. And when you really get deep into this, like say you're in the summer split and you see the meta, like you do see these trends they talk about where it's it's always the same champions banned and the same champions picked. So this is I missed something here on this list, but this is a hard thing I was having to get going with doing the VOD reviews this season is because I don't have anything to base this off of, right? So here we are, we're in the very first game of the season. And I'm doing G2. I don't know what all LEC stuff I'm going to do. I know I'm going to do Team Liquid games. I'll get more into that later. So, and then I'd like to do some LCK stuff. And then G2 would be nice. Joining the G2 army would be really nice. They seem to have a really nice fan base. And so, yeah, XL. I personally, as my personal opinion, the guy that's may not be Sodaron, right? Just a character. As a League of Legends fans, XL will be okay, and by summertime, I'm sure XL is going to be fine. Just got to give them some time. They're a brand new roster. I didn't know. That's the first thing. See, I had to do some research to go in to do this VOD review. Unlike the coaches and other people I see out there, because there's some coaches I see that co-stream and go right into doing VOD reviews now, which, okay. So I guess the level of how I do this doesn't have to be that high. So I can just kind of give my opinions on things because last year I was doing VOD reviews and coaching and I try to really start to go in depth with things. And it seems like they don't. So just kind of skim the top and give the fans some type of more opinion that you're not hearing in the games and you're fine. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to try to go further and further depth with it. But I tend to try to take things too far. So just going to start by getting my feet wet today. Because my big agenda is to get the Team Liquid games done next. So because first I was going to do the G2 games and I've kind of scrapped that now. So, but I'm getting this one out and then the Team Liquid games and then hopefully more G2 or something because I'm enjoying the LEC this year. I really like the format. I like how they're doing it, what we've got. So we're on to the second week now starting tomorrow. So that's exciting. But anyways, I'm talking a lot, so I'm going to keep on trucking here. Anyways, we got 2 new rosters. So, yeah. G2, we got Mickey X back, Hansama, yike. I don't know Xerxes. I had to look it up. He's from Astralis, right? Vethio, he probably needs some more time to grow, another year or two. Seems like a little bit of a quiet player, which I've been vocal about Chovy, that he has kind of the same problem where it seems if you watch him and his communication and stuff that he on broadcast when the camera's watching him, he's not vocal. He doesn't talk to the team. He's not telling the team, guys, I need 300 more gold to get this item. And then once we get that item, we're going to make a play down in bottom lane. I don't think Chovy's that type of guy. I think Chovy's the type of guy where he just lets it play out how it happens, and he might do really well and he might do really bad. And so that doesn't seem to work at the very highest level where you've got to let your teammates know what's going on. I need this. Our next step is 2 minutes from now. We're going to meet up here. You've got to have that type of communication going on if you want to win worlds or do well in worlds. There's also, you know, that's the thing young fans get caught up on in LOL esports is like winning worlds, or like in the NFL, winning the Super Bowl. Some players out there, athletes, do they look at it as winning the championship, or are they content with just making a living? I think some of them out there are just okay with making a living. They don't care about winning the big game, and you just have to realize that too as a fan, that some of these players are just okay with the living and what they're making, and you know, life's kind of a business out there. Most things are businesses. So what was I talking about? Oh, we've talking about businesses. We've got two new rosters to sell to you this year, right? So Yike looks good from what I've seen. Me too, my style as a coach, how I do the VOD reviews. I've watched this game beforehand. That's another kind of strike I was making about the coaches, or jabbing at, was they're doing VOD reviews, not watching the game beforehand, so they're just giving you their first off the top comment. So I like to watch a time if I can and rewatch it or whatever, and maybe be able to point some things out, whatever. So moving forward, I've probably talked enough about this XLG2 game that I can get it going forward now.
RSG and bot lanes tried to push back, but Syndra,
a lot of this is practice anyways.
Reworked, has much better scaling, 2 points.
I was
two
just going to throw this video out and restart.
A little bit of an execute on her ult as well. BTO's bread and butter.
So what was I talking about was this Heimerdinger thing
here with mid. Will G2 look to respond
support item really fast.
Jungle.
So
couple questions
that,
here.
I think is
still
some
open,
of the reasoning
has been an early rotation in the LCK and the LPL.
Graves, the hover for now.
You know, there's many things, guys, that I could be talking about, and I never. This is some of the jab I was making too. I never completely know which direction to go in with you and talk about this or that or this. I could pause this and probably talk about this game for an hour right now about this thing, that thing. But I want to keep it moving.
You know, Cap's just saying
because I just want it to be kind of a thing where I'm a guy. I'm in your room with you watching the game.
Hasn't seen much presence in pro play, but it's really strong in solo queue. It's a very selfish.
Unlike Riot, I'm not on the couch with you. I'm in a chair next to you.
When you think of the old school Graves of self, Fnatic, you play things like Karma mids to support it. I wonder if that's the direction that G2 will go in. Galio is quite valuable right now in the current meta, so it could work well with the Graves. But a pushing bot lane and a farming jungler right now. XL have a lot of team fight to work with.
Graves in this game.
Renekton and Gnar are kind of like the top blinds right now.
Really
I think that's the direction that
watching
they might lean towards, unless the Kasate's up. With the J-Span, I think maybe G2 and want to take away the novelty.
G2 put themselves in a pretty powerful position because they can counterpick mid and then respond to Excel's last 2 picks to just really ensure as many winning lane matchups as humanly possible here. Whether they do want to go for something utility in the mid lane like the Galio and further set up Yike to be kind of a central focus in terms of getting
fanboy number one,
mid lane, or put that
a
focus
lot of my priority
else.
goes to watching
I'm kind of hoping for something spicy between
which is some of my problem too, because I could be making a living where I'm wasting my time watching LCK and I could be making content.
I think it's gonna be pretty hard.
Gotta kind of make that decision this year. Like, I guess maybe I should just
ban is something that you would pick into
when I'm
the
watching
Karma ban,
LCK
of
or
course, to
make
stop the
VOD
Varus
reviews of
Karma.
that. So
Jack's so powerful in this patch, instantly picked up there by Broken Blade. Not even gonna counter pick mid. They're not even gonna pick top side. They're just gonna instantly lock in the Jack. So how does Sodaron respond? Will he go for something safe like the Gnar, something ranged? Or really go for something like the Fjord, a bit more of a skill matchup. Gragas is another champion does really well into the Jax, just Polly's, you know, belly bop him the second he jumps in, run away, never take the fight, play for team fights.
I would rather do that than get big or famous or whatever. I'm not saying I'm ever going to get famous going for that, but I would rather have my life in order first before getting big, instead of having my life like really messed up and then getting big and then making many more problems, right? Probably better to get your life in order if you can.
So what's Targamas's pick here?
I kind of had the opportunity,
and if you want to play a Varus lane and get the push, you're gonna have to go something like
what I was
Jin.
working on. So hopefully this year I can focus
into Heimerdinger to try and push back. Anything to kill the turrets and just keep Heimerdinger. Yeah, there's the Jin support. He's gone for it.
I never liked the word content creator. It makes me cringe.
How he performs on it. really good pick potential with Wukong and Syndra as
that
well.
what
The
I'm
W from
going
long
for?
range
I
is so
don't know.
powerful, and the ult on side lanes can help the Syndra in the 1v1 to get the kills. Now,
Everybody
side lane
makes content.
is one thing, but Caps wants to play for team fights by the looks of it.
Okay, so we've got Cassante. I don't know. This champion I don't know anything about. I've never played
Need to be
Cassante.
careful though, because the mid jungle of
Very
G2 is quite weak, but they have a lot of setup from bot lane, so they need that bot lane to impact the game.
It looks like his ult has some type of gap closer thing, though, and I heard that it
does have good
has
setup
some type of
in top lane as well as in bot lane if
I
he
would
wants to try to
call
go
it
for
a
early
luck
ganks, early action there.
mechanic or
Depends
a
on where he
random
wants to
number
put his
mechanic.
focus. But as you highlighted,
He
not
may or
nearly
may
as
not
many
do a
aggressive
certain amount of
engage tools on the
damage or
side of
get some
GT. You've
type
got
of
Jaxi being with the
feedback that
Counter-Strike,
does
you've really got the
damage.
Ash Arrow from range.
Kinda
Everything else G2
odd,
really
but
wants you to
whatever.
be fighting into them, which
Something
means getting
different.
pushed, getting prio, getting control of objectives first is going to be massive.
Exactly right. 4 range champions against Wukong. Their only direction they're going is backwards. They need to run away and kite the Wukong. But I love the drafts we've seen here already. There's no Lucian Nami versus Zeri Yumi. There's no
do I have
Vi
any
versus
thoughts
Maokai.
about,
There's
like,
no
Jhin
Azir. You know, we've got a lot of
support?
action, a lot of engage,
Not really.
a lot of
I
range
mean,
from bot lane
cool.
specifically to try
I'm
to
seeing
catch
range
out
supports.
the top side
Cool.
of
I'm
each
glad
other's
to-
map. So we'll see how they
and
do
by
it. We'll see which
range
one gets the
supports,
push.
I
And
mean,
I expect
like,
both junglers to focus
marksman
down there. Top lane
supports,
will be
not
favored
like
to the Jax
Nami
later on,
or
but
Lux
it's
supports,
day 1, it's week
but
1,
as
it's
in,
the
like,
LEC, and we
marksman
are
or
back.
AD
This is going to be a
champions
banger of a game. Revitalize G2,
There's
and a
probably a
major
lot of
super team
stuff
built
I
up by XL.
Debate on
overlooked
the
on
fist
there.
bump
Could've
or the
talked
handshake,
about
trying to figure it out again in the final
Caitlyn
moments before we do
being
get into the
banned.
game.
Like, oh, have you seen
Pressure on
Caitlyn
both sides
support?
here. Want to hit the ground running in this new format.
If you
Only
have it,
3
you will.
weeks. Try to find as many wins as possible. All you have to do is secure top
That's
8, so
something
just
where
can't fall too
T1
far behind here.
and I gotta
So
look
both these
more into
teams
that too. Is they're
want to show
doing
what they've got.
Halo
G2 been telling
Blades.
us a lot about how good scrims
And
have
I
been
was in this
going.
game the other day where
I'm gonna put that
Tristana
to the
had
test
Halo
here on
Blades,
stage.
and I was
And in the offseason,
beating
you know,
Tristana.
Caps would be alone, but Mickey has rejoined him from the 2019
beating her in lane and
era.
everything.
He
And
wasn't
later
alone
on,
that bench,
mid
and
game,
now
she comes
come
and
back.
catches
Love
me
hands on
1
his hair
versus
as well,
1. I
must say.
think in
Nice
the
little
jungle
scarlet
or around
red.
Gromp or
And
something
apparently
like
we have
that.
a pause.
And she
So we
gets
have
the
another moment
first
to talk
auto
to you.
attacks off
This is
on
our
me.
pause.
I'm dead.
Welcome to the
Where
Euphoria
you get
podcast.
the, like, later on with
Three
Halo
Today we're going to be
Blades,
talking about hair
you
game.
catch
Hanzama
somebody
in the
out
lead.
1 versus
Color
1, they're
important
dead
here
because
on the
of
Euphoria
you
hair
get the
podcast.
auto attacks
You got any
off.
other-
We can't go off topic yet. It's been 30 seconds.
It does so much
Have a break.
give it
damage all of a sudden. You're
So
dead.
here's the thing that I'm
And
really
so
excited to see is I
Trist got
think
me
that on
that
paper you
way,
can always
and
look
I
at a draft
noticed
like this
snowballed,
and we
and
know
so
where the
I
pressure is
think
going to go.
that's
Most
what,
likely we know who the center focus is going to be.
T1's
And how team fights are going to be
playing
played out. But
2
individual
Halo
lane
Blades
matchups
bottom
are what
lane.
I'm really ready for, especially when we look at the bottom.
Oh, I gotta
because
pause.
Tarkus, of course,
I'm
him
gonna
and Mickey
let
just
this pause roll because I
swapping
want to get a
teams
drink
in the
here.
season, and I think that the G2
5
bot
minutes
last
or
season,
so.
Tarkus
I'll let
Flag,
you
it did
guys-
have
I'll let
some
the cast
struggles,
talk
and I'm ready
for
to
me.
see what Targus can now do alongside Patrick. And similarly, Hanzama, Mickey X. This is a lane that in 2018 was killing everybody in lane. Draven, Morgana, what they were known for. So I don't want to see passive push lane here, even though that's kind of what we're set up for, until a jungler decides to rear his head down the bottom side. I want to see a lot of kill pressure. I want to see some 2v2s, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're set up on both sides for sure at level 6 too. Both junglers will be looking down there. Whichever one gets the push innately has more pressure and can look for the dragons. Bot lane's been shaken up a lot in Europe, hasn't it? With Reckless coming back, Unforgiven disappearing, but here we go! Ready to jump into game.
It's like both.
Oh, this broken blade. Oh, never mind.
G2 fans in the house, you might have missed it, but we had the XL Esports la 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 chant. And the HUD, a little bit off at this exact moment in time. I promise you none of those champions are dead. Oh, there you go.
They're back alive.
They're back alive.
Respawned on the spot. And I don't think we'll see anything level 1. Normally what happens in these kind of games with Heimerdinger specifically is the enemy team will go 5-man bot to kill these towers to stop him from getting pushed on the first wave. But XL haven't decided to do that. Instead, they're hovering around top, trying to spot out Yike, see where he's going to start.
Trying to get as much information as humanly possible. And surprising to see them not try to contest those towers just a little bit more. Reminds me back to when Zyra was really meta. You really had to fist fight in that level 1 because it could fall apart so quickly.
Okay, so I'm back.
Enough range that they're not too concerned. We'll be able to walk up.
Sorry about that. That was very unprofessional of me.
It was really meta. You really
Stop him from getting pushed.
And you
These
had
kind
to
of games with
watch
Heimerdinger
this, and
spot
I've got to rewind it now. Oh well.
both.
I guess I came up with a line why I walked away that when somebody says they're my biggest fan in chat, I'm gonna say, well, no, you're not, because he pays me $50 a month as a subscription. Right?
G2 fans in the house. You might
So,
have missed it, but we
okay,
had the
what do we got going
Sports
on here?
La 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 chant. And the HUD,
Got Eimer putting the ward down and getting
I
the
promise you none of those champions are dead. Oh, there you go.
the lane switch now.
They're back alive.
Respawned
I noticed he
on
does
the
a lot
spot.
of
And I don't think they will see
roaming
anything level
around
one.
and
Normally what
sweeping
happens
out,
in these
trying
kind
to
of games,
sweep
the
out
Heimlinger
vision with
specifically,
Eimer.
is the
It
enemy team
allows
will go
him to
5-man
zone
bot to kill these
people out
towers to stop him from
first.
getting pushed on the first wave, but XL haven't
Which was
decided to do
something
that.
weird
Instead,
that I
they're
never
hovering
thought
around top,
about
trying to
with
spot out Yike, see where he's going to start.
Trying to get as much information as humanly possible. And surprising to see them not try to contest those towers just a little bit more. Reminds me back to when Zyra was really meta. You really had to fist fight in that level 1 because it could fall.
Okay, so what do we got weird here first? First thing I see in the LCK is both junglers are normally starting red buff. So we've got Xerxes here starting blue buff with Wukong, which...
So quickly, but Ash and Jin, enough range that they're not too good.
G2 got a ward down here on the Raptors, which this last season, if you watch my VODs, I go about it like in every VOD I make about how usually the mid laner, a top mid laner, so here Caps, here we go, gets a ward down here around the 130 mark around the Raptors. And here Caps, I think it was Caps, I could be wrong, maybe it was like someone else on his team. It looks like his trinket ward there is grayed out, so, but see, Vethio, did he get one? There's one there. I'm gonna say that wasn't Vethio. That was probably Xerxes that went over there. He probably W'd or something.
Concerned we'll be able to walk up uncontested and take those towers.
I could go more in detail, rewind, whatever.
Zooming forward.
Okay.
We'll be able to walk up uncontested and take those.
Now in my VOD, or I'm personally playing bottom lane, so here we go. And I've showed this, and I think a past VOD or whatever, but again, when you're laning, there's kind of a game you're playing where you're trying to get the dominance over the lane, over who has control over the minion wave, right? To back your enemies off so they can't come and take any CS or anything. And you're trying to get, there's a huge advantage being level 2 over level 1. I mean, you're double the level over your opponent, you know? Like, think if you're level 4 versus a level 2. Like, it's a huge gap, right? So there's a huge gap. You've got 2 abilities, just more health. There's a huge thing of getting level 2 over somebody level 1, and then all-inning them. And since you have a second ability, you should win the trade. But see, this is where people go wrong, is you have to factor in the minions and the damage that the minions are gonna add in on the waves and stuff like that. And so in low level solo queue, you've got people going in on the enemy or what, especially like down in bottom lane. But basically what I'm saying is, like, they try to all in the enemy and then they die and don't know why. And they're like, well, why am I dead? I took all this damage. It's from the minion wave. It's not even from the enemies. And so they don't know to factor in the minion wave damage.
Right here. Mickey just zooming forward, dropping a tower. He doesn't care.
So G2's exerting their dominance, we'll say, and they're getting that advantage over on this lane.
Already, you can tell there's a lot of poke in this lane just by the item purchases. Longsword triple pot for both sides. Hans and Mickey already
XL there, they're not able to come up and take any CS away.
Look to max W, and then you put a couple
so
points
then
in Q to try to
G2
kill
here,
the
they're
towers with
probably
a Q
both going to be level 2 before XL can get level 2.
But both junglers, as expected, pathing towards
be able
the
to
bot
take a
side.
trade and go all in and get a kill.
Yike skipping Crux means he can go for
Once you do that in a pro match, the lane's
for an early
pretty much
dive
over.
if they stack the wave properly.
So that's what they're going
even walk
for.
into the enemy jungle. Is Yike just gonna? I think he's just gonna walk in and see if he can contest the red. It's very common.
So
in
when
the
you've got
LPL, especially,
Heimerdinger Ash,
camps and just run into the enemy jungle, start a fight.
really
play on
can't
the lane,
probably lane
you have
into
prior
that.
one. And Xerxes will be level 3, but Yike might take away his red
The one
buff
I
first.
keep talking
VTO is
about.
checking.
So.
Well, it's the Ash.
Yeah, so much vision.
And the sheer amount of utility in the spot lane is just incredible. Between the CC, between the extra vision, Yike now taking Krugs. This is the
like
dive or
impossible to
potential
lane
dive
into,
we're talking
but I've
about.
played
So what he's
some
done is he's
solo
going to
queue.
Krugs because he needs level 3. I think red buff won't give it to him because he did buff and Raptors. This Krugs will level him up, and he has a ward on red, so he might dash up.
And so, okay, here's some solo queue stuff I'll point out here. This here is what you want your jungler to do. This G2's doing this situation here is exactly right, where Yike is right in the place he needs to be, because G2's down here. I call it map pressure. So they're exerting map pressure on XL at any time you've got map pressure, you know what it's like if you play solo queue. You're in top lane or you're a jungler and your top laner's constantly complaining to you, I need you up here to gank. I need you up here to gank. That means because he's mad from the map pressure he's getting. Like, he can't handle the map pressure, right? It's freaking him out. Like, it's mentally bothering him having map pressure, whereas like a good player just tunes it out and doesn't even worry about it. So map pressure affects a lot of players that mainly that have bad attitudes and stuff, but the map pressure really starts to affect with communication. And so, and this is some things I want to work with teams with, is like, I want to work with a team where we're like internally making another team mad in their communication. Like, we're going out of our way to mess with their communication. And I'm sure this is what top teams should be doing.
Over towards red and fight Xerxes when he starts it up, and Mickey's ready to move. We're going low to level 2. Will it be the soul? He's waiting. Game of chicken there. Broken Blade's just pressing S to see if he will flash.
Not gonna happen, but now fist fight in the
jungle.
jungle.
I saw a ward there that
pressing S to see if he will flash.
Okay, so G2 have that warded, and so Yike is still down here where he needs to be. His bottom lane this is where he needs to be. It allows the bottom lane to shove up, and they don't have to worry about XL countering behind them with, you know, and they know that here's XL's counter here walking nowhere near them.
Fist fight in the jungle, no red buff for Xerxes. Yike coming around the corner.
He's just walking right into them.
That one has to leave out safety with a stun. Mickey reads the play perfectly.
Beautiful. And he seems from this game, for what I see with XL, he's
not the end of the world for Xerxes. He's losing 2 camps, but he gets out with his life. You can see that was a really interesting happening events there, as Mickey just stood in tri-bush for the last minute, for the last couple of waves, just ready to react when Yike starts a fight.
You see, like, Doing B that's like running his mouth constantly, right? Like telling people, I need this, I need that, go here, go there. And then some players,
between the individual proficiency of Hansam and PX, kind of getting that really
they're really amazing mechanically, but are they at the right places on the map when
they are no longer in control. They are no longer in the driver's seat because
so they need to
G2
work
are
on that
essentially dictating the pace of the game.
That's another part of the game.
Back up to the top side, there's not really a lot there for him. In the meantime, Yike now coming down. Target versus Patrick still stepping forward. Smokestring goes. Instant flash out for Patrick, but David could fall.
Right?
Is it enough?
You've got,
I think so. Red buff ticking.
Par 3s or par 4s or par 5s, which I could go deeper into that and explain it. Most people know what that means, right? And the thing about it is, it's like, it's very difficult in golf to hit one good shot, right? Just one good shot. And so to get like a par 4, it takes 4 shots too well and whatever. So just to get one is really difficult. Well, to be good at golf, you've got to get 2 in a row, which is really, really difficult. It takes a lot of work.
But Yike forcing out those
3 is like almost impossible. But,
ward over the wall from Caps,
you know, that's like pro level. Once you start getting 3 good golf shots in a row, you're a pro.
Here for Odo. We saw a struggling trade, stacking wave, a little bit of pressure up here means that Xerxes can take these camps.
That's the thing about golf. Like, it's hard enough to hit one good shot,
he would have fallen so far behind.
But to be good at it, you can't just hit one good shot. You got to hit at least 2 good shots.
Because when we look at the bot lane situation,
right? So, because you hit a bad shot, then you're screwing yourself, and then you might have to hit another good shot there that you got to make up for.
On top of that, you got Varus putting himself a little bit further behind by going for the tier early on. Great for the poke build, obviously, but less immediate raw stats up against the Ashe.
You know, and so it's like, well, you hit a really good shot. All right, well, now
up and available, but not
go
going
up
to
and hit my next. Oh, I hit a bad shot. Well, now you can't do that. You got to have 2 good ones.
Good bit of poke. Ichio has the setup. Scatter the Weak not going to come out quite yet. Xerxes just trying to retreat here. Target's in the area.
That's what's frustrating about solo queue in League of Legends too. Is like, I feel like when I'm in games, I'm hitting good shots. I'm on a team, I'm hitting good shots, but my team's not paying attention to me hitting good shots, and they're off hitting bad shots, right? And so to win, we gotta keep hitting good shots. If my teammates are hitting bad shots, I gotta make up for it with my good shots. So, and there's like no middle ground there, right?
I think he spent more time in the enemy jungle than his own jungle, and this is one of those things from scrims where you just keep bringing your support, leave the pressure.
For a rookie, you're not going to know those limits, you're not going to test those limits, and more often than not when we
sadly,
see rookies
this
struggle
game,
on the stage,
League of Legends,
it's
for
because
some
they're too
reason,
scared to do anything, not
cut
because
this great production team and all this money and
in the jungle. Better to be a bit overconfident because you can really
millions of players,
not go for those extra camps.
But for some reason they can't get the game to work on broadcast.
Level 5 syndrome.
I don't understand. That doesn't really make any sense to me, especially when you've got like hundreds of thousands of people that you expect to watch it. It just doesn't look right to me when you got this game and you got to keep pausing it and you pay these kids all this money to talk. Instead of fixing it, you just tell them, go out there and keep talking, guys. It's okay.
But then yike.
Like, at some point, are you going to fix the game or not? Or are you just going to let it get worse?
It easily could have been Mickey taken down there as well. Just the sheer amount of burst damage.
I'm trying to recall now. This is probably like the 5th or 6th. Alright, I won't take it that far. The 3rd or 4th season now where you have these long pauses every time you load the game in. Or
oftentimes, I think it was in the LCK. I can't remember exactly which team played.
I don't recall the LCK having this problem either. It's the LEC that has this problem.
Fights happen. Jin just
stood behind
the mid laner, and as soon as a spell landed, W landed.
Oh well, I'm just gonna skip it forward and get right back to the game.
So we'll see how XL use it.
And I really
apologize to the casters that have to keep talking. That's, I guess, why Riot pays.
That's what we're going to be getting here, based on the early itemization. Because if he hits a Q at all, you get a root.
It may be more for that. I don't know.
He immediately gets Q faker. Sing, Betty! The people want the song!
Where's the song?
This is coming from a guy that got banned from an MMO
guys, he wants to sing the song. I'm sorry.
Before WoW.
When we get in the studio, he's like, I want to sing the song. We get onto this studio, he's like, I don't want to sing the song. I'm just saying, that's
anything that I did. It was a flaw in the video game design that was called an exploit, we'll call it. And so, in their rules, they had this huge rule list that you have to click OK to log into the game and everything, and it was like hundreds of pages long, and you just hit accept because it would take your lifetime to go and read all that, right? But they expect you every time you log into the game to hit OK to this thousands of small print of all these rules and stuff, and then charge you $15 a month on top of that, right? So they charge you $15 a month, $50 for a game, and then an expansion every 6 months. So all this money, right? And charge me $15 a month. So I'm just enjoying the game. Well, they considered it an exploit as an advantage because it was against how they intended the thing designed, which was like this area that was underwater, which if you play MMOs, it's impossible to make an area underwater and have requests.
Just keeping the pressure on here in bottom lane. Trying to slow him down. The grenade
but they banned me, and
for G2 to grab is it's
not me. I wasn't really wrong. It was cheaper to ban somebody that pays $15 a month than to fix something that costs millions of dollars. Is my sole focus now, right? So sometimes you gotta lose a customer, right? It's $15 or millions of dollars. So you ban somebody. That's why I got banned. But it made me learn the video game industry and how things work. And this was like 15 years ago.
G2 with hands no flash, maybe they can look to set something up when Zerx against that Cyclone.
I think it does put a lot of pressure here on the top side, especially with their bottom lane suffering to generate bigger leads than what they've already been able to accrue.
But I'm just saying, like, you know,
trading back and forth because we know the later we
fans out there, it's sometimes cheaper to get rid of the fans than it is.
I think Cassante doesn't match up pretty well, and New Cinder also definitely scales or feels a little bit better in the mid to late game than the old Cinder did. It's a tough task when
now, I guess Riot probably doesn't have that problem because
don't forget
they
to ping
didn't
wards, gives you 5 gold now. Yike did just ping that ward.
Like big
+5,
MMO,
maybe it doesn't have sweeper. Maybe I think it does have sweeper coming up so we can get the ward anyway, but always got to ping those wards. One thing I did want to touch on quickly is just how G2
on the other hand, Riot's is global.
It wasn't ever really about bot lane, it was about bot lane play.
Maybe when you create a game like League of Legends, it's like creating Frankenstein's monster and then there's nothing you can do about it. Anyways, I'm supposed to be talking about this VOD review. I kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Watching his screen. Mickey though has flash sharks.
That's what people like. So anyways, I have my notes here. I did take notes.
I think taking a lot more damage than they expected from Mickey there on that rotation. Broken Blade on the way down, level 8. Wk1D1 behind him.
If I'm doing content stuff, I can't bash Riot Games. It's like your dad. Dad pays the bills. You can't talk bad about your dad.
They don't even get Mickey's flash from that. G2 get the Herald. They got what they came for. You saw earlier
I can't sit here and make a living doing this.
Priority is on those neutral
bashing Riot Games. I love them. They're paying my bills. Right now they're not.
And I mean, 1.5k gold.
It's like Twitch. Like they're trying to tell me that they're gonna pay me money, right? They're gonna, but it really adds up to like much less than the minimum wage. Because they don't pay my electric bill, my internet bill, and my rent, and my house payment, my car payment, my insurance, all that. And I gotta have all that to even have a place to run. There's no Twitch office where I live to go in. I have to run it from home. I have to have my home office.
That was so unlucky. Another arrow. Look at the ball. He's been rooted right in front of his face. Targetments getting cut down.
So we're seeing the power here of the Eimerdinger.
Down from Patrick. It's a bloodbath across the map.
I'm going off rails. I got to get back to my coach and VOD review stuff. Never gonna make it as a coach bashing Riot Games.
On Patrick, action on both sides. Wk1D1 so unlucky, couldn't get the kill on the Broken Blade, needed one more auto. He thought as he flashed to hit him, then Broken Blade jumped away. Yike there just in time.
So Caps is out of mana, right? That's about time to come gank.
Supposed to be the stronger point on the map. One auto away from finishing that kill now.
Should
2k
be
gold
punished
deficit.
there.
Side of Excel.
Should be punished.
Trading really
where he is with no
here.
mana.
Just trying to zone VTO out of lane with everything he has. That's the last of his mana. If this does not force VTO back, he's going to be in a sticky situation here. He has no more mana. He's got one stack left on the corrupting pot.
Yeah, well, he does have TP here, VTO. Caps is coming up as well. Can you like hit him with the ult? Is he gonna get the kill?
Gets the flash and thumbs up.
And if you watch my content here, I try to get in the habit of teaching you kids to take and learn how to keep track of cooldown timers and know them. And I've got my card, and I made a second. I redid this for you.
And this is just an incredibly dominant early game.
So you can
from the side of G2.
Know the timers on the flash and the heal, the exhaust, and all that, and you automatically. I didn't show you in this VOD, but in my past VODs, and I'll do it when I get to my next one. This is a warm-up video. But once you learn to start keeping track of the cooldown timers, you make plays off that.
Xerxes gets it.
Because you know, like, well, the bottom laner's flash is down, and say you're a jungler, well, you know you got that 5-minute window that you're going to come back down and gank bottom lane, and the bottom laner's gonna die because they don't have flash. So when you gank them, when you're a jungler and you gank,
they're gonna be coming in here.
You're not gonna get a kill if they have the flash or a summoner spell. You're not. You have to take into account for the summoner spells too, which I see regular solo queue players don't. They just they're like a cat chasing a mouse, and go for a kill when guys flash out of it first, and then they call you. You gotta wait for or you gotta at least understand if you're the jungler that you're not gonna get a kill in that gank, that you're gonna get their summoner spell first, and then you come back and make a second one. But I'll get into that, explain it,
jungler from making his own play top. He's just throwing spells at him.
And this is uncanny in terms of how much it reminds me of early G2 2019. They're sacking bot lane and they're completely overloading a different side lane. Here we go.
Like Ash's arrow here, right? Can you guys in chat? I don't know how to bring my chat window up, but let me ask you here. Can you tell me what the time is on Ash's?
Solo kills, you know, if there's an arrow flying through lane, just solo kill the enemy later, and then you won't have a problem.
Let me rephrase that. Do you know what the exact
solo kill now gets the second
on her
plays coming out of the XL top laner, moving from Rogue, of course, and now G2 needs to get back towards this.
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be a way to get. Maybe I got to get another
topside. Will abandon
monitor or something. I only got one monitor.
Holding off on that one.
Is there a way to get my chat up? I don't think I can have this full screen.
It's under, not too surprising. But the good news for the side of Excel, of course, and all that, you get the solo kill as well as relieve some of the pressure on the bottom lane. G2 still.
If you notice here,
overall, but
G2
not
have
as much as they would have liked from that play.
how many more wards than
level 5 right now at
XL,
13 minutes.
right?
Caps
We've
is
got
level
1, 2,
11.
3,
His
4,
Maker's
5,
6 levels
6,
up on
7,
him
8,
right
9.
now, so he doesn't really care about experience.
9 wards
He
here
just wants to
on
make sure he's there to
G2's
shut
got,
down plays.
a lot of them
He
are
will level up on
in
this wave soon,
XL's
though, and he will join up
jungle.
with Hansama. There's level 6. Now he's going to look for more information. That's all Mickey's been trying to
XL
look for
have about
this
3
entire
or
game.
4
Tarkmas hasn't been
wards.
able to keep up.
So it's like already showed this
Playing with
game's
fire a little bit here. Good movement though to sidestep the snare. That could have been his death.
going to G2's side.
Playing with fire indeed.
But level 10 to level 8 is brutal for Patrick right now.
You've
Hansama's
got
hitting like a truck.
Yeah, he's got a lot of
22k
experience.
gold to
XL need to find
25k
something. They need
gold,
to
so
look
you
for
got a
plays. Top
3k
swing
gold
isolation,
lead.
great. Do you really want to
14
over-index on that winning lane?
very
No, you need to salvage this bot side.
big lead.
Mickey's basically laning in between
That's who
towers
wins
against
the
your bot lane in a
games.
2v2, and
You guys don't know how to tell. Sometimes they mislead you on the right
look for something. There's no objective, no dragon for 2 minutes. Tarkmas is here too, trying to reclaim some vision, but Mickey's just going to walk in.
He's just going
The
on a
numbers to
walkabout.
look at are the gold.
He just walks in,
So
puts down the wards,
there's
and
a
XL
huge
can't
gold
really do anything
lead
about
here
it.
that G2
This has to be the most obnoxious champion I have ever seen in pro.
It's the walk.
Which means,
It's
like,
the
hey,
walk.
G2's
Because at least Yumi
probably win
straps
the
herself
game.
to someone else, you know? Like,
There's
don't get me wrong, I
something
hate
dramatic.
Yumi, but like, you know where she's gonna be, it's attached to somebody else. This Heimer could just appear anywhere.
It's the little hop every time he takes a step. Just shoot. Look, Xerxes tries to look for a gank top, and then Mickey's firing spells over the wall. He's doing it here again in bot lane.
All I'm saying is open your freezer slowly tonight, because if Mickey's hiding in there, it will not be a surprise.
I just want a replay of this entire game, the adventures of Mickey X, and he's just walking around the entire map, taking everyone's...
Oh, flash out, snap. That's the thing, he's not giving them enough respect.
Catch me if you can.
There you go. Little Leonardo DiCaprio there running around.
Yeah, we'll see if they do catch him. Got his flash now, so that'll be easier to lock him down. But yeah, it's just all about salvaging bot
Letting
side.
the
But G2
casters
can always
talk
be the
for a
ones to
minute.
pull the trigger
My
towards
voice
top.
needs
Objective
a break
spawns,
for a
Herald up.
second.
Let's just transition everything up here. Start up the Herald.
One
Yikes,
big thing we
incredibly
got
strong.
this
Xerxes
year,
can't
guys,
match.
is Rada Ages,
But he
which
is
I'm
around.
glad to see.
We'll see if Odoamne wants to
Big
move
fan
down.
of Rada
G2's bot lane
Ages
is also
and
based
Rise.
to move across. XL's on the way. We might see some
glad
kind of
that's
5v5
back.
around this Herald if everyone wants to collapse.
Yike. One camp off, getting the full Primal Smite, which would make it that much easier to secure. Xerxes still 4 stacks away. Does not want to contest there when it's not really feeling like true 50-50. Fully upgraded, fully evolved. Can we say that?
Evolved.
Is that all? Fully realized arrow, flash out from the side.
Ash
Big
arrow
into the
is
Patrick, there's
immense.
just nothing. The triple hit on the grenade, the third one going to connect onto VTO. Big damage now coming out, but they're not going to finish any kills. Targamas waiting over the wall. Just a lot of poke here from G2, giving them control
And
over
so
the mid
it's
lane,
the beginning of
allowing
the
them
season.
to
There's not
transition down to the bottom
that
side.
much to
Some
go
of that
off
wasn't English,
compared
no.
And the
to
adventures of
about that.
Mickey X continue
what's
as he
going
walks into
on.
the enemy
It's all
jungle
new,
once
it's
again.
new champion.
Straight onto Xerxes.
Fearless.
What I mean is, like,
Forcing the
meta,
flash. The
we don't
grenades have been
see,
immaculate.
we ever seen
Hansama still
Ash
playing
and
with confidence here,
Heimerdinger
gets locked
before.
up, gets stunned.
That's flash.
They don't want to commit.
They can't gap close. XL can never
Gen
commit. The
support,
flashes are
you
just
ever seen that
constantly
before?
blown from arrows, from Heimerdinger, ults with the E, just bouncing across the lane. Caps just forcing the play. You got Yike with the...
Broken
It's 4
Blade
range
is
champions, and they need
he's
to get on
going
top
top
of them.
lane. He's got his
Keep
teleport down,
flanking.
but I think he
Yep, just
decided
putting a little bit of turret down to get some information. XL needs to find a way to get on top of G2 because they still have their summoners up.
Well,
Mickey blew his earlier, but they can't commit.
And it's just so hard right now because they don't really have that
This
much
is
control.
where,
They've
if I
taken a
keep it
single
again, I
tower.
didn't
They
do it
can't
in this
set up
VOD,
flanking
and here we go. We got
wards
the thing.
for the Cassante. Xerxes with no
Dragon.
flash means he's going to have such a
Didn't
hard
do
time
it in this
fighting up
VOD,
angle. If
but-
you get Odoamne or Xerxes on a flank, you have a chance in a fight, but as we highlighted in the draft,
First
you
thing,
can't
yeah.
walk into Ash, Heimerdinger,
Two
Victor
is
and
the alt
expect anything
timers,
but
which
death.
I've got this big list I made of where I take
Well,
the alt
BTO
timers
being
and
annoyed by
That's
these towers.
the level 11
But I've got this
guys
entire system of
walk into
keeping
the
track
level
of the
6
alt
timer.
timers.
Why is this allowed?
Yada
This is
yada
great. I love
yada.
this. Mickey's
and
just
you
owning
learn
every side of
that,
the
and
jungle he
then you
walks
make
into.
plays off
It's
that
destruct,
game.
just little hopping straight in there.
Because
No one can
that's
answer
some
it.
of
But
the
now the
problem
game
when
goes
you're
into the mid
playing
game. No
the
more lane
game.
phase.
Well,
Hansama
what do I
and
do
Patrick are
next?
gonna
Where
match
do I
it.
go?
A little bit of a
Where do we
1-2-1.
go? What
Caps
do we
in
do?
bots.
A lot of
TPs are
it
very
standing
important.
around, not knowing
Baron's
where do we
spawning in
go
around
next.
2 minutes time.
Standing in mid lane.
And we'll see how G2
Where do we
dissect
go?
it. What they ideally want to look for is
Make
picks, but
plays
XL
off
need to
of
start
the
forcing
summoner
summoners out of G2 because once you get
spells that are
Hansama's
down.
flash or you get
You go for
Yike's
somebody
flash,
when
walking
they're
into
out
the
of
enemy jungle
place,
becomes
their
a lot
heal's
more
down,
difficult
or their
because you can be
flash
punished
down,
so
and
easily.
they're
If
just
you
barely
have
out of
a
place.
Parasult or a Cinder Stun,
You
they
go
are
in
dead.
on them and you take them out.
Back and forth
Make
top
plays
side,
off
Broken
that.
Blade.
So that's what the whole
More
system's
natural
about.
sustain, but has to be careful about these all-ins here from Cassante.
Show
That's
that
all
this
out from
season.
Odoamne. Now committing gets the reset on the W. Now Broken Blade leaping in for the stun, but he can't commit for anything else. Broken Blade still standing for now. Big damage. Yike coming in, says not today.
So Broken Blade used his flash there, Odoamne used his flash there. That's a 5-minute thing, so then you gotta take 18 minutes and add 18 plus 5, I can't do the math.
But Yike just comes in and says, nope, my kill. And Mickey fighting the enemy mid jungle.
Flash back up in 23 minutes, and then you know, for that time window of that until 23 minutes, you can make a play on that guy because his flash is
I'd love to see the replay of
down.
that top fight because there was so many
in that
minute
time
things
window, you're trying to
but
make
look
a
at the
play off.
gold.
You're gonna try to
gold
get that guy
Yike
out of
already.
place and just make plays off that.
The damage there. Even at a deficit,
So
obviously, the
it's
lethality
really
hits
important
so
to keep
hard from
track
such
of
a long
all
range
those
has to be respected. Total control of
play
the mid lane,
around
something
it.
that Hansama really cannot match.
I don't
Doesn't have
think
the wave
most
clear.
pro
Now we see the
teams
1v1 again.
Yeah, two top lane.
I mean,
just
I know G2 does.
Extremely close. Odoamne's gonna
That's
go behind
one reason
Broken
we're
Blade
doing
and boot him into
G2
the
Army
tower,
this
try to
year,
get
and we're
extra
following
damage onto
G2.
him.
I know they play
Then
this
he
way
gets the
because they
bonus
talk
damage,
about
loses a little bit
caps.
HP from the stun or W.
Track of
And
this
here
stuff
comes
for
the
his
flash
team
on the
in
Q3,
chat.
then the dash away from the stun not being tower range. Then the Q
I
flash
know
tries to pick up the kill,
LCK
and he could
teams, they
chase here
keep track
perhaps,
of this
but then
stuff. In chat, they do it
here comes
naturally,
Yike
but I
and
think
gets
once
the
you
kill.
start
Broken
getting to
Blade
like
really low.
LCS,
There's a
teams,
possibility
they
that Broken Blade
don't
turns with
know
a WQ
do
there
any of
and
this
powered and
stuff.
kills Odoamne, but it's
So
really close, hard to tell.
That's gonna be kind of my coaching thing,
Very,
is to
very
teach
close.
you this.
Looking back, of course, looks like he
And
might have
make you
missed a
better
single
players.
Q.
I would
Odoamne
rather
going the
have
wrong direction. Not
you
sure if the
guys out
back
there
end of
be
that
better
hitbox managed to get
players
Broken
than
Blade
solo
as well,
queue
but
than
that
worse
was
players,
absolutely
because
well,
that's
until
what
Yike
Riot
showed up.
deserves.
Again
Riot
with
deserves
inches. Now on the
better
top side,
players
Broken
than
Blade.
solo queue.
He's got Divine Sunderer. Now, usually you can build Blade of the Rune King or tank, and he's chosen
Caps is down here doing this on purpose to get Vethio. I think is what I'm seeing. Is Caps is down here because he has his flash up, and I think they know Vethio doesn't have his flash. I could be wrong, and maybe they
So
make
we'll
a
see
play
how
here,
he
but
uses it. A little bit of focus up towards his top side for XL.
they may be shoving
They
that
can look for a
because they
dive.
know
Broken
his
Blade
flash
is
is
quite
down.
tanky if he gets his ult on both of them. Xerxes doesn't have Herald. He's just gonna walk up and hit it.
They
And
should. They've got what? They've
he's
got
gonna
like
to push them
60
back. His
seconds,
hand's gonna
maybe
fire the
20
arrow. Yes, he is. Is it gonna land? Is the
They
question.
got a
I think it's gonna
time
miss.
window.
up just a little bit wide there.
Picks is what both these teams want to look for. XL looking for the G2 top laner. G2 looking to respond on their own. Dragon a piece, 1 minute 20 seconds on the next dragon will be very
it's
far
about
away from
back
the soul
up
for either
now,
side.
but
It's just top side vision
see,
contest.
that's the small
Target
little
us on the way up
details
here.
like at
Broken
LEC.
Blade could get no from
They
here.
know,
TP from
like
Caps.
they might have actually mistimed this right here, Caps, by like 5 seconds. But this is the stuff I'm talking about. Like what I'm trying to show you, Caps knew right there that his flash is down. Because Vethio shouldn't have been shoved up there without his flash. That's a rookie
He has a lot of
mistake.
vamp here, but it will not be enough to live. G2 taking the exchange.
3 for 1. Are they going to go for Baron as well? I think they are. They have the
That
ultra
was
highlighter if they
something
want to place the
G2
tower down. Not much XL's bot lane can do
either
here to
picked
contest.
up
They have
on,
flashes if they want to try something, get some poke down onto them.
and it's
Very
something
risky,
I
though,
saw
because
last
the
season.
Heimer
It's
ult
like
is still
half
up, I
the
believe.
LEC,
There's
at least the
the
top
3.
quarter
The
of
stun now going
LEC
to connect
play
on the
this
Patrick.
play
That's gonna
style.
be
I'm
big.
trying to show you.
Losing a
Like
lot of
I'm
health, just
trying to show
approach the pit.
fans.
There is nothing here for
Please,
them
my
short of a
channel
miracle
out
steal.
there,
They
the
will not find
Sodaron
it.
YouTube channel,
Yike securing his
subscribe
first
to
Baron
it.
in the
The
LEC.
Twitch channel, like, subscribe, whatever it is, follow.
They were the ones who tried to
Trying to
force
teach you
something
this
on the
play
top side.
style
Caps
right
on
here,
Victor
that
just
you can
TPs
make
behind
plays
them.
like that. You
Quite
don't have
tanky
to
with this
worry
Warriors
about,
build. It hasn't kicked in yet with
like,
the extra
am I gonna
level
win this
10
matchup
stacks,
1
but does
versus
have
1?
so much
You
help
don't.
in the sense that he can just
The
walk
pro
into
style
XL
isn't
and there's
that
no
way.
actual lockdown. There's
And
no
that's some of the
synergy.
problem
Energy
I
can't
have
really stop the
personally
Victor,
where
and he manages to take down Vito.
I watch all of these VODs all day, or I watch these pro matches all day. 'Cause I'm a coach, or I want to be, or whatever. So what does that take? That takes staying on top of the meta, meaning that if you want to be the best coach, I would say that you got to watch all of the regions. That's my thinking of it.
Individual weak points.
It may actually be a hindrance to me where I watch too much of it.
It's just so hard if BTO is not able
For
to
the
use
time
his
to be a
entire
coach,
combo
to
just
do the
burn
job.
through the health bar
So,
of
but
Caps.
10 years of it, I've probably
here
watched
because
enough.
now G2 have the Baron. They have
know
the
how to
luxury
coach where I don't need to stay on top of the meta so much anymore. But anyways, regardless, like, I watch
they have to fight into again.
all of it all day as much as I can.
Which outside of these really long range,
to stay on top of the meta, I would think.
Like the Varus, they don't really have a lot of good options.
He's going to try to do a little bit of an arrow here, but the arrow lands onto the decoy. That was up for a while. Hans is just standing still, realizing, emoting that he made a small mistake there.
You've got to work with the players, stuff like that, which I do. I have it show.
3 levels up on Cirx right now. The Baron helps a lot, but it's just an arrow for this mid tower. Cap's going to get a lot of damage here, though.
BTO now locked up. Hansama trying to finish the kill. BTO flashing out to safety. It's chasing him down. Will it get the job done? Just out of range. Hansama taking down Patrick in the meantime, however. Tower getting cut through. Mickey up to the side, just trying to stop the back. That's a bouncy grenade. 1, 2, and 3.
So G2's also getting a free shove here because the turrets,
he doesn't have TP. They're looking for mid tower now.
They got the top turret down in top lane, and there's no laner there to match. So they got a free shove.
Trying to push it back out to safety. The lockdown is going to be there. Pulls it back away. Nice dodge. Now trying to finish off Mickey. Now leaving the way back to the rest of his team.
Kind of felt bad for Mickey here. I don't like memes or feel bad. I'll rewind it. This is the type of play that I get stuck into where I'm like a player like Wk1D1 and I come in here and go, I'm going to save the day and shine, and I'm going to get a kill.
Trying to push it back out to safety. The lockdown is going to be there.
This is the exact same type of thing that would
happen. Now trying to finish off Mickey. Now leaving the way back to the rest of his team. Broken trying to finish it. He's just getting
walked right into a gen hole.
Still finding the kill.
Does eventually pick up Odoamne, but it's a 2-for-1, a bit of a scuff dive there. They had Zhonya's to drop aggro, but Mickey can't tank it.
So we've got...
I don't know if you had the stopwatch, but it wouldn't matter because then it would go back to Broken Blade.
Like an 8k gold lead.
There for XL helps him hold
I
on
wasn't
against his
that
Baron
great
buff.
match.
G2,
Somebody in chat help
that's
me.
about it. You saw Yike pushing top.
Wonder if I've got any
pushing
chat
on range
left.
at this point, Dracos. 4,000
Hey
gold
chat,
lead.
is anybody there?
Huge
Hey,
level lead,
there's still
experience
people
close to
in
level
chat.
15.
Somebody saw me talk
Same
about
level as his
golf.
mid laner.
You guys probably tuned into the LCS
The early
by
game was
now,
close.
right?
G2 were favored. Yike died, it brought XL back, XL making some plays across the map, brought it back a little bit, but G2 have just been taking over.
We're knocking this out so we can get on the
finding
Team
so many of these
Liquid.
picks, Hansama just burning through Patrick's health bar as BTO is
I won't
also
be getting
running
the
for
Team
his
Liquid
life
game up
for a
tonight,
victor
but I will.
ultimate.
I just love how
That's
Hans
my
just
priority.
doesn't stand
Or
still,
the
knowing that he's gonna
Team
die.
Liquid
Good guys don't look at explosions. So here's the bot dive, which Mickey just walked into. I think the only thing he can contribute here is a stun, and that's exactly what he does. But it's on the ult, which is unstoppable. So he basically can't do anything. The turrets are doing a little bit, but then he gets tower aggro and
So
dies.
Mickey X
nice movement here from
got
Broken Blade to dodge this Q, and then jump in to make sure it's a 1-for-1.
Faded maybe into that play. I don't know.
So
I
G2
kind
keeping
of
up
fall
the pressure.
for
Baron
things
buff
like that
has
too.
fallen off, I believe. They're trying to get some bot side vision.
Back to live.
I'm like, yes, I can be a hero for the day, and then I die to a general when I'm trying to save a teammate.
Walk in, poke, and then immediately walk out. Unstoppable now.
So we got a lot going on here. Ashe is always a really good form of engage. I played some games. I was trying to think. I probably have some of them saved where I was playing Ashe, but there's this build that I saw from Gumayushi that I tried out, and it's like it's a CDR build, which there's this like Korean thing, which is also kind of support, but it's where you do Hydra on Ashe. But anyways, you do Duskblade first, and then you do CDR boots and Hydra, and it had like a ridiculous cooldown timer on her ult by the end. By the time she was level 18 and 30-40 minutes of the game, her ult timer was ridiculous, like 20 seconds maybe, something like that. It was, and then the cooldown on her W, it's like Ashe gets really ridiculous later on in the game with the cooldown. And so it was like a CDR build, which seems to be, I don't know, maybe that's better on her for her Q, because of the way her Q works, and it doesn't do auto attacks with attack speed and all that. But so that's what I was messing with Ashe, because I saw this thing with Guma, and I had this thought that like CDR boots might be better on Ashe, and I saw that he did it in this build, and then I tried it out, and it was awesome. But anyways, I might make a video of that, because it's fun to have such low cooldown on Ashe and be able to just, like, she can kite people around with her auto attacks too, or her just her basic auto attack does 20% slow every time. That's hilarious that you literally just kite people around where they can't hit you. But anyways,
little movement speed
I
still
probably
walking
stop
poke, and then
talking
immediately walk
about
out.
that.
Unstoppable now. Orme running out to safety. Big damage coming in from the Victor. XL forced to retreat. Caps.
So G2 had a really good game. I don't know. That's why
down the mid tier
the
2.
coaching side of
G2
me,
so incredibly far ahead. Difficult for XL to match at all.
Neutral journalistic side of me.
Very likely they will be stunned up
is
and taken
G2
out.
good? I don't know.
Like,
so
much
could
pressure
be
on the
the
map.
XL roster is just that bad right now. Not saying the players are bad individually. I'm just saying they need time together. Patrick's the only one that's left from XL last year, so it's an entirely new roster. It's weird that you got McDX on XL. You know, playing against them, I didn't bring that up. That was kind of weird last year, right? That McDX went to XL.
Broken Blade chasing for a little bit more. A sad B from Targamas. That might have been the last punch left for XL as Broken Blade and Yike push into the bottom lane.
It was close until Yike and Broken Blade just stood tall and fought back. The only damage left was VT Auto. They can't really answer this. They're going to get this bot inhibitor. Caps has TP in 15 seconds. Patrick's up in 10. They just walk out afterwards. See if XL want to take the fight. Top support versus top and jungle. JW lands. Here comes Circe. Broken Blade.
Trying to learn, how do I do VOD reviews? Do I do it as a coach? Do I do it as a journalist? Do I do it as a freelance journalist coach? Right, so like,
objective bounties on the side of XL,
that
but
does, I guess that's a good way to do these videos. Like,
harder and harder for them. No flash
ask general questions in my mind. What would a fan think here, right?
You kill Caps on the Victor, who's
so I had one of
so
those
strong
thoughts,
and is playing
I
so
quickly
far
lost it as I was going on about that.
Hands falls, then you've got Yike to deal with, and then Broken Blade is fourth in line to actually be a target for XL, so they use so many ults. There's the Syndra ult on the hands, there's the Wukong ult onto the back line of G2. But once you think you've got the carries, here come Yike and Broken Blade. And despite being in kind of like a 2v3 scenario, because Mickey can't offer anything, they still win. Circe looking for Mickey again.
One all stack use, he's getting cut down here.
Mickey X seems to be having fun on Eimer.
Mickey very, very low. Arrow going in, Circe.
And Hansama seems to be having fun on Ashe too.
So many
like
cooldowns just
in
to
Ashe
check the Baron area.
Yeah, 20 seconds on
I
the
do
spawn.
the same thing. I like to globally.
As soon as it does, XL needs
when I
some
play
vision.
Ashe, I use her
Targamas is looking for it, has no flash though, so it's really difficult for him to walk up unless they have blue orb. Circe's in base, midway's gonna get pushed in, Caps has TP, Dragon is up, which is the easy
really
option here, and it looks
hold
like that's
on
what
to
G2 are going towards.
For last moment, get out of jail free card type things to get caught out.
And right now, K-Droll, I just want to look at the jungle for a second.
So G2's picking up the third dragon. I didn't. Last year I kept a book on all the dragon timers and all the games that I watched. Last year I also watched LPL. I don't think I'm gonna watch.
I mean, setting up Yike for success, it's very clear to
see.
So many pushing lanes, allowing him to do whatever he wants on this Graves, and it's been working out very well. But even if Yike had a few hiccups here across this game, the team more than happy to pick up the slack and really make this work. Now for XL, we're in miracle territory, folks. If they bring this back,
I'm always up for every region.
But every time we say that, it seems like teams find a way.
So Baron picked up, here comes the
I
siege
just don't think LPL as a content creator does me
They went a little bit too deep on the bot dive and gave up a little bit of their pressure, so they're just going to base here, set up the waves. Top tier 2 looks like an easy objective for them. Go for some kind of 4-1 in top side. And I feel like the solo lanes of XL did pretty well. You know, when we got a solo kill, you got close to killing him twice. Again, Vizio was under a lot of pressure, but the gold's pretty even between him and
I
Caps.
enjoy
just the
LCK
jungle bot lane,
stuff.
the way they played
It's
together here for G2 just outclassed XL, and there was nothing that they could do to respond.
Stuff, so.
Maybe they think it's from draft because the Graves and the push is just too strong for XL to deal with, but that was the crutch of the game.
My first thought was to just do LPL
stuff. Even more difficult. Poke Varus barely pushing 3
I
items.
don't think that's the route.
The Ashe skating so well with the Baron buff, they can just shoot out an arrow and just chunk someone else.
Arrow, gonna hit the clone. Incredibly crucial that Circe has that ability that can block that arrow. Void Staff now coming
LCK might actually do some growing this year because they're making some really good moves. They got a new journalist coming over for their broadcast desk. They've got the other big thing I've seen is they're doing Challenger LCK cast English now, which I'm happy about because I've been seeing Chronicler. Sorry man, that's hard for me to pronounce. Chronicler. But I've seen Chronicler do the English Challenger broadcast on the side for a couple of years now, or a few years. And now they've got it like an English version of it on the actual production desk, professional broadcast. So now they've got LCK 7 days a week. So guys over there, I'm not biased, but I watch them the most. So again, my professional side, I don't pick favorites. There's some I've watched more than others. You know, maybe I'm doing an elaborate LCK advertisement right now, but that can bridge between LEC and LCK. But that's a big thing to me, that you're taking the time to put some production into the Challenger series over at LCK, because they're really good games. To me personally, not like as a fan, not a journalist, those games are better quality than some of the other regions. I won't say or whatever, tell you, I won't say they're better than the LCS. I won't tell you, hey, the LCK Challenger games are better than the LCS games. But I will say they're better than some games. I don't want to tell you what won, but I've said in the past, again, that I don't watch LCS. This year I'm going to watch Team Liquid.
G2 very happy, lots of G2 fans here who are very happy with their performance.
There's that.
Here we are, the high fives. Congrats, Yike. Oh, okay, now I gotta give them to everyone. We're gonna get high fives every time.
I was trying to think of an awesome segue out of this. I was trying to, once you get your way into one of these VODs, then you gotta think a cool way to get your way out, right?
The book is finished.
It's one thing to get into these things, but to get out's a completely different thing.
Read the 13.2 patch notes, because I know they're not nerfing Heimer.
Which ways you gotta take it, guys?
But they're nerfing things like
that's what's fun about Sodaron, is he's random and you'll never be able to guess.
We'll see that patch for a few weeks here in the LEC. We've got at least 2 more weeks of this, all the way till week 3. I believe going into week 4 we'll see a best of 3s is when we're gonna see that. In the meantime, though, seems like G2 have at least a few
girlfriends in the past. I can't figure you out. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do next. Isn't it a good thing to not be able to figure your boyfriend out? Girls or
what kind of other junglers can
or females out there, right? You want to figure out your male counterpart. That means you're
pushing both and farming jungler.
Them. That means you're a controlling person. What kind of guy would want to be with you?
Things like Viego slotted in.
Anyways,
like Nidalee and Lilia, perhaps. We'll see how far he goes down this rabbit hole.
That was G2 versus Astralis, and I did a lot of
more styles always helps.
And I think that it's not the biggest
analysis
thing we always talk about, but it is something that I think has to be in the back of Yike's mind. Is you're filling
I think people out there like my character,
so I think trying to fill it by being
Sodaron,
the guy who plays Jarvan,
and buy into the Sodaron brand,
making it
and
so hard on yourself. But if you're the guy
so
who
please
plays
like or subscribe any Sodaron content
that's something
see out there.
for G2. That's something new for the org that they have not had. No discredit to Jankos, but obviously,
which
if you can be on
I'll
another
show you,
level,
please.
that would be a massive boon to the team
this
overall.
This is the big one that I
as
need, is going to this
season.
YouTube
he kind of grew in the game. We saw, a little bit of jitters at the start. Didn't get the kill with the flash, died on the
I've only
Raptors,
got
but as the
15
game
subscribers right now, and it's important
of course,
to
you
have
can vote at
subscribers
LEC on
to
Twitter
this.
for your player.
Now, I haven't tried,
like,
I've not tried to get views or advertising.
A lot of good options.
So
I would go
things
for
are
Mickey
going
just
well.
Heimer walk.
I appreciate the help and support out there.
The animation,
and you don't want to grow instantly overnight anyways, so there's that. Please like, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and then there's the Twitch channel to follow.
And Mickey, thank you so much for joining me for this
follow
interview.
The Twitch channel.
Lots of fans cheering for you today, but I want to know, how is it to be back in this color? It's kind of a deja vu for you today.
It's pretty nice.
So please go here and follow.
Feels good to be back.
You see,
have all the people here cheering for us.
Follow Sodaron on Twitter.
I got here during the pause as well.
YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I've got a
dominating game from you
PayPal
as well. I mean, I was
Sodaron's
talking about this
funds.
backstage.
That does help
They turn
Sodaron
around,
get
you're
off the
here. They look
ground
at top lane, you're
and
here. They
grow the
open the
channel
fridge,
and
you're here as well.
everything,
Tell me
because
about
it's
this
not
game
gonna
for
be-
you and the
I don't
aggressiveness
see,
from your
like
Heimer
Sodaron's just a brand.
Yeah, so
It's
basically early lane
not
went really
needs,
well for us.
character, whatever. It's a brand of
because
stuff.
usually with
so even like a YouTube
Gen Varus
channel,
lanes, you want to have push,
like,
and
it doesn't
they
have
didn't
to
really
be
even
my
try
YouTube
it.
channel.
Like,
It
level
can
1
be
we
a
went 5 bot
brand
right,
and bring in and
push.
help get
But
others
they were not there,
and
so then we got to
whatever
push, and
they
then
want
we
to
kind
do
of control the
off
game from
ground.
there. We
So
invaded
it's
Wukong,
a
so with a lot of pressure, and at some
not
point,
just for me
Hans
personally.
had shield
So
bow,
thank you.
and he said he can probably 2v1.
You
So
can
I
email
just had a lot of
me.
free
I don't
time.
even know if people still do
I
that.
didn't really use my free time that well, I think.
Uh-huh.
You know,
So I
I've
was
got
a
a
bit underleveled in
Discord.
the end, and I was getting one shot all the time.
I
But yeah,
so
that's pretty much it.
many good new things to come this year.
It feels
so
really
I'm
good
gonna
seeing you
go ahead and
reunited
stop
with
this
Hansama
now.
on the bot lane.
This
Tell me
today
about
was supposed to be
him
the XL
choosing you,
versus
basically,
G2
and wanting to play with you
VOD
again, but also
review.
reforming
So
an
the
old
next ones
synergy with
coming
a
out
mate
are
you used to
going to
know.
be the Team Liquid
Yeah,
games,
I mean,
which
it felt
was
really nice.
Flag
I mean,
Quest,
I
and then
was
they're
kind
supposed
of
be
planning
playing
to
TSM
play with him
right
as
now,
well
so
at some
please
point
don't
then
ruin
again,
the result
and it was
tell
nice
me.
that he chose me because
I need to go
otherwise
eat dinner.
probably I would not be here.
This
So yeah, I appreciate it. And I
we're
also
growing
like
the
that,
Sodaron,
G2
Twitch,
decided
and
to
YouTube.
just
That's
trust
thing
their
of
AD carry
2023.
and go with whoever he wants to play with.
Our
And if he didn't
main
choose me,
goal
I
is
was
to
like,
get
yeah,
a
I mean, fair
coaching
enough, you know.
gig someday with one of the teams.
But yeah, I
So
think
that's the
me and
main
Steven are
goal.
really good.
I don't.
think even 2018,
People
2018
keep
I felt
trying
like we were
to
really
tell
good
me
together.
to be a streamer
I think now we're even better. And
or play the
a lot
game
of
or
people think
whatever, and I don't
Steven
have
doesn't talk much.
aspiration
He's
to
a more
do
like
that.
shy
I
person,
really
but
don't have
because he talks
aspiration
all
to
the
be
time.
on
He talks a
camera,
lot.
like
Like
be a
in-game.
camera type person.
Is he driving
I'm
you here,
more
Yeah, of
actually?
course. I'm getting micromanaged.
Oh my god,
a
that
behind
is
the
amazing.
scenes
But
type of
you were mentioning the
person,
fact that you were working well when you played together in
guiding
2018,
others,
and looking at the way you
directing,
guys
maybe
played
like
today,
producing type,
aggressive,
or
playing forward and
managing
everything,
type.
it feels like the
But
synergy
anyways,
is still there. But
regardless,
how
gotta
different
get
are
this
you?
off the
How
ground,
different is
gotta
Steven
get it
especially?
going. So
I
this
think
is a
Steven is just
platform.
more
If there's
aggressive
others of
in
you
the
out there that need
variety
help
of
with this
champions.
type of
Before
stuff,
he had like a few
please
champions that he
reach
just
out
like took over the game. If he was ahead, he
email,
would
Sodaron,
24/7 call,
whatever.
shot call. But now he just does it with every champion.
Players,
So that's
content,
a big improvement.
because
And I feel like
I
I
will
also
help connect
contribute
you
a lot
with
more
others
to
to
the
get
game
you to go
than
and
just
where
like
you need to go.
following, I guess.
I
So yeah, I
do
think we
have.
both evolved a lot since 2018, and I think
I don't
we
know.
will
I
show it
call it
this
building
year.
bridges.
Yeah,
I
really
like to
looking forward
build
to see
bridges
how far you guys
and
can go.
connect
Bit
others.
of overreactions
with
here
others.
because I
It's
was
what
looking
I
at
do,
Twitter and
connect the
people
dots.
are already saying that
La, la, la,
this
la.
iteration of G2
So I'm
might
gonna go ahead and cut this off
surpass
now,
maybe the
and I
2019
appreciate it.
version
And
of
thank
G2 in
you
the
for
sense that you
stopping
may
by the
have the best player
Sodaron
at every
stream
lane.
today,
Of course, it's still
which I
early
will
to
take
make
this and put
conclusions
it
on
up
this.
on YouTube.
But how do you say about what do you
And
say about this?
so
Because
that's
you lived
really
through
like
the
the
gold.
main goal of where I'm going with it anyways, is to do the like. I never really aspired to do the Twitch streaming. Now I see that that's what I need to do, is like be an affiliate, and then there's a next step. So that's what we're going for now. So please tell your friends out there, follow the Sodaron channel on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and I have a Twitter too. That's it's kind of a weird one, but and I was kind of dumb with this one where it didn't show up as Sodaron, but it now shows up as Sodaron, which should also help you find me on Twitter or whatever. I have an Instagram too, but whatever. Mainly, my main thing is the YouTube or the Twitter. Reach out to me on Twitter. Any coaching things, email me. You want to help support, get this off the ground, you can donate on PayPal, whatever. That will help me with other things and help get more content and VODs going. Sounds like it won't, but it will. Goes a long way. So thank you. I am one that I don't have a self agenda. I'm out to help others, help grow the scene. So I appreciate all support and see you next time. So thank you. Please show your friends and tell others out there. Have you thought about making guides on certain champions? No, I have not. Should I? Please, I would like that. If anyone, Leon here, thank you for being there, Leon, because now I've got, I've got fan interaction that's going to go up on my channel. Also, I didn't have my comments on YouTube, and I think I'm going to leave them on now because, like, everyone says that, like, every time, like, hey, can we have comments so we can interact back and forth? So I'm going to do that. Maybe it was dumb to have it made for kids only, because we don't live in a PG world anymore. So like, I'm kind of against like cussing on camera and stuff. You talk to me in person, I'm like a sailor. I'm just kind of against it on camera and stuff. And why? Because it's kind of like a middle finger to Riot, because they're the company that tells you you can't cuss, you can't have sexual harassment, you can't do this with females. You got to look at females a certain way with that. They hire young females for everything. They don't hire males. You know, it goes on and on and on. They're all the crazy things they do, right? And it just, I mean, it's kind of like being a hypocrite, right? So, like, nothing against it. anyways, please, I would like to know more content and stuff to do. So if you would like guides on champions, like Trendamir, for example, is one of my best champions. I think I've played about 2,000 games of Trendamir where I can literally go in 1 versus 9 with Trendamir and win just about every game. I could make some content with him. But mainly right now, the VOD reviews. My main goal is to get a coaching gig. That's what we're trying to do, is like coach somewhere. And then we'll make plenty of guides after that. But anyways, one thing at a time. So thank you for the support. Right now, I need help getting the subscribers on YouTube and on Twitch, because I've been told if I get enough, say I get like 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 views, I can go on other big shows. So that's the first step, is I have to get to the 1,000. Like, I kind of think I have support higher up, actually. Could make a Trendamir guide on a Google Doc or something. Yeah, that's a good idea. I do have a lot going on. I don't tell about it on here, because I think that's the worst thing to do, is come on here and like start some hearsay, you know. So there's things I keep hush hush. But you know, I'm just a nobody. But I think that I'm gonna like get a chance to shine a little bit this year. So things are looking up. Anyways, thank you, Leon. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but you know, I've got a Twitter. It's MSMILLS22, which is kind of weird, but it shows up as Sodaron. So I'll see you. I'll probably not be back tonight. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm very, very vocal. If you notice, I don't care and I say whatever, and I learned that from Thorn. And not just from Thorn, but like yeah, I think like, see, I really practice at my craft, Leon, where someday I think I will have a lot of followers and fans, but I'm learning to be really good at it now before I get the followers and fans. You know what I mean? You see a lot of followers, or you see a lot of people out there that have followers and fans, and they're really weak and they're afraid to express their own opinion. They won't tell you anything. And so that's not cool, right? But yeah, man, tell your friends, because I'm actually working this year, Leon. I've never treated this as a job. I've kind of treated it, I've wanted it to be my job and stuff, but I didn't take it serious until last year. And now this is the real first full year where I'm treating it as a job. It's not a game. I mean, so anyways, man, I got to go eat and whatever. I'm going to upload this. So please tell your friends, and thank you for being there. I'm going to put out, like, content's going to be the thing this year. I didn't put out much content at all last year. I put out like many hours. If you notice, like, I work really hard at what I'm doing. So if you noticed last year, I wasn't worried about getting my name out there. I was worried about being good at what I'm doing. And so that's why I did all those videos and practice. And that's really what you got to do. I just got to keep doing this, and you just keep growing and growing. So anyways, man, thank you. Or me saying man, that's not a good thing in 2023, because you could be a lady or you could be a nothing. I don't know. So thank you, Leon. Leon Kazisks, or however you say your name. So thank you. Appreciate the support. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube, and then I'll have more stuff. I don't know how to turn this off. No.